Have you ever heard of these unusual sports from around the world? Welcome, folks. In this video, we're diving into the world of the weird and wonderful, exploring 10 of the most unusual sports that you might not even know existed. From the athletic spectacle of sepak takraw to the bizarre pastime of extreme ironing, we're going on a global journey that's guaranteed to surprise and entertain, so buckle up and open your mind to the extraordinary. Stay till the end to find out what the most unusual sport in the world is. Starting off our list at number 10, we have sepak takraw. Originating in Southeast Asia, this sport is a unique blend of football and volleyball. Just imagine, players flipping in midair, doing bicycle kicks, all while keeping a rattan ball aloft without using their hands. Sepak takraw takes its name from the Malay word for kick and the Thai word for woven ball. This high-flying sport dates back to the 15th century, where it started as a game for the royal court. Today it's a thrilling spectacle that demands agility, coordination, and spectacular acrobatics. The rules are simple. 2 teams of 3 players each volley a ball back and forth over a net, using only their feet, heads, and chests. It's like taking the no-hands rule in soccer to the extreme. Scoring is similar to badminton, with teams aiming for 21 points to win the game. Quite an athletic feat, don't you think? Coming in at number 9, we dive into underwater hockey. This sport, also known as octopush, is a unique blend of swimming, diving, and hockey that originates from the United Kingdom. Picture this: 2 teams of 6 players each, equipped with snorkels, fins, and short hockey sticks, battling it out at the bottom of a swimming pool. The objective? Outmaneuver your opponents and slide a weighted puck into the opposing team's goal. But here's the catch: there are no breathers in between, no timeouts, and no air tanks. Players must surface for air while the game continues beneath them. It's a true test of lung power, teamwork, and strategy. Whether you're a spectator or a player, underwater hockey is a thrilling, adrenaline-pumping sport that takes going out of your comfort zone to a whole new level. So ready to take the plunge? You'll definitely need your swimming skills for this one. Number 8 on our list brings a whole new meaning to carrying your weight in a relationship with wife carrying. Originating from Finland, this quirky sport involves a man carrying his wife, or any woman really, through an obstacle course in the fastest time possible. The prize? Well, here's the fun part. The winner gets the woman's weight in beer. The sport traces back to the 19th century and a Finnish legend named Ronkainen the Robber, who supposedly trained his thieves by carrying heavy sacks on their backs. Today, these sacks have been replaced by willing women, and the thieves are now competitors in an international sport, with championships held in several countries. The rules are simple. The woman can be carried in any way as long as she doesn't touch the ground. Most competitors opt for the Estonian carry, where the woman hangs upside down with her legs around the man's shoulders. Talk about relationship goals, right? Rolling into number 7, we have cheese rolling. Now you may be wondering, cheese rolling, what could that possibly entail? Well, it's exactly as it sounds. Originating from England, this sport involves a 9-pound wheel of double Gloucester cheese being rolled down a steep hill with participants hot on its trail, racing to catch it. The first person to cross the finish line at the bottom of the hill is crowned the victor. But don't be fooled. This sport isn't for the faint-hearted. The cheese can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour, and the chase often results in tumbles and falls. Despite the potential for minor injuries, cheese rolling has a dedicated following, with competitors and spectators alike flocking to Cooper's Hill every spring for this unique spectacle. So, there you have it. A sport that's a perfect blend of culinary delight and daredevil spirit. Who knew cheese could be so competitive? Pressing on to number 6, we have extreme ironing. Yes, you heard it right, ironing. But not just your regular chore. Hailing from the United Kingdom, this unusual sport takes the mundane task of ironing to a whole new level. Adventurous souls combine the thrill of an extreme outdoor activity with the satisfaction of a well-pressed shirt. Imagine ironing on a mountaintop, under the sea, or while dangling from a rocky cliff. Sound absurd? Well, that's the charm of extreme ironing. This sport is all about creativity and courage, pushing the limits of where and how ironing can be done. Participants are judged on their ironing skills, the difficulty of their chosen location, and of course, the crease-free finish of their clothes. Extreme ironing is not just about the wrinkles on the fabric, it's about ironing out the wrinkles of fear, monotony, and limitations. Now that's a wrinkle-free way to enjoy the outdoors. Bouncing into our top 5, we have Zorbing. Now, for those of you who are wondering what on earth is zorbing, let's roll into it. Originating from the enchanting lands of New Zealand in the late 20th century, zorbing is a sport where participants roll down a hill in a transparent, inflatable orb known as a zorb. Unlike your typical Sunday stroll in the park, zorbing takes the concept of rolling down a hill to a whole new level. Participants can choose to harness themselves inside the zorb, or go for the more daring option of hydrozorbing, where water is added inside the zorb for a more slippery and unpredictable ride. The thrill of zorbing comes from the unpredictable nature of the ride. As you roll down the hill, you're at the mercy of gravity and the terrain, giving you an adrenaline rush unlike anything else. It's like a roller coaster, but you're the coaster. Spiking our interest at number 4 is Bossaball, an electrifying blend of volleyball, football, gymnastics, and samba music. This high-octane sport is a spectacle of athleticism and rhythm. Originating in Spain in the early 21st century, Bossaball has since bounced its way across the globe, captivating audiences with its unique fusion of sports and entertainment. The game takes place on a large inflatable court with trampolines on each side of the net. Teams aim to ground the ball on the opponent's half, using a combination of soccer skills and gymnastic flair. With up to 5 touches allowed before returning the ball, players exhibit a dazzling display of flips, spikes, and bicycle kicks. The aim is to keep the ball in the air, all while keeping the rhythm with the samba beat. It's a sport that requires agility, coordination, and a whole lot of energy. A sport that's as fun to watch as it is to play. Climbing up to number 3, we have Botaoshi. Now, imagine a sports game that's a blend of rugby, king of the hill, and a dash of chaos. That's Botaoshi for you. Originating from Japan, this sport is as thrilling as it is unusual. The name Botaoshi translates to pole pull down, which pretty much sums up the objective of the game. 2 teams of a staggering 150 players each face off, with one team defending a tall pole and the other trying to topple it. The defenders form a human shield around the pole, while the attackers employ all sorts of strategies to break through and pull the pole down. The game ends when the pole is tilted to a 30-degree angle. It's a whirlwind of action. A true test of strength, agility, and most importantly, teamwork and strategy. A true test of teamwork and strategy. Rolling into number 2, we have roller derby. Originating in the United States during the Great Depression, this high-octane sport has seen a resurgence in recent years. The premise is simple yet thrilling. 2 teams of 5 players each skate in the same direction around a track. Points are scored when the jammer, the point scorer, laps members of the opposing team. The other players, known as blockers, use body contact, strategy, and their own skating skills to prevent the opposing jammer from scoring while helping their own jammer. Games are broken down into 2-minute jams, and the team with the most points at the end wins. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. Roller derby is a fierce and physically demanding sport that requires strength, agility, and a whole lot of grit. With its fast-paced action and strategic gameplay, roller derby is a spectacle that's not to be missed. A sport that's fast, furious, and full of action. And finally, our number 1 most unusual sport from around the world, disc golf. Originating in the early 20th century, disc golf, also known as frisbee golf, has soared in popularity. So, what's the buzz about? Well, it's a game that marries the classic pastime of golf with the simplicity of a flying disc. The objective? You guessed it, to complete each hole in the fewest number of throws. Players start from a tee area and aim for a target, typically an elevated metal basket. Like golf, there are varying distances and obstacles that make each hole unique. And don't be fooled, disc golf demands precision and strategy, much like its ball and club counterpart. From the backhand throw to the forehand flick, mastering the art of disc throwing is no easy feat. So, there you have it. Disc golf, a sport that takes the humble frisbee to new heights. Who knew throwing a disc could be so competitive? And there you have it, the top 10 most unusual sports from around the world. From the high-flying kicks of SEAC takraw to the unusual combination of domestic chores and extreme sports and extreme ironing, we've seen it all. We dove underwater for hockey, rolled down a hill in zorbing, and even carried our wives in a spirited race. Thank you for joining us in this global sporting adventure. Tell us in the comments what videos you would like to see next, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.